Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would really like to apologize for the delay in the broadcast. We've been facing some technical issues, and we're still fixing it actually. But well, welcome again to our very exciting matchup for our Elite T20 C&DCL. Today we are seeing a match Predators against CANASIA. Predators won the toss and they have elected to bat first. As we can see, we have already started with the match. There are already 2.2 overs have gone through, and at the moment Predators are at 17 for no loss. We can see Malik and Kamran opening the batting for Predators, and Tezi bowling his second over. And that's a top pitch just going back on the third man region, but there's no fielder in the back, so it's just going to land safely, and they can probably will take 3 runs, and they do. And oh, there was a bit of a opportunity over there, but everything's safe. So that was a 3 run. So as I was saying, today we are having this exciting matchup between Predators and CanAsia. Both teams, they haven't really played too many matches yet, uh, but like they definitely will like to see a win in their points table. All right, so and this matchup is, I would say, is pretty evenly matched. Both teams have uh, good balance between like young and experienced players. So it's really going to be an exciting match today. And it's a beautiful day. It's not very hot, not super windy. It's clear skies, fairly clear skies. So it's really ideal condition for game as well. That's beautifully driven down the ground, but just for a single. Kami Bhai opening for Predators today. He usually comes in like number 4 or number 5 and really solid bat in the middle order, but it's good to see him up the order as well. Will definitely be a really important contribution towards his team. That was little bit too wide by Tehzeep. This is his second over. He's given 14 runs so far in his 10 balls. A little bit expensive, but he can definitely come back from that. He's a good bowler. He just needs to control his line and length and swing of the ball, and he will be golden. That was a good ball and played from back foot. Just placed it between point and gully region for a double. That was really well played by Malik. I really think the Egypt should come around the wicket for the left-hander because Malik is a good player of the offside. So if he's gonna get balls coming across, going to his offside, it will be actually easier for him to just play it in the gaps and take like singles and doubles. So Tehzib won't be able to create a lot of challenge for Malik. This was a good ball actually, came in a little bit off the pitch. So as I was saying, like any kind of width that Malik gets, he will be able to negotiate that pretty well. Apologies once again. As I said earlier, we are facing some technical issues today, and yeah, we just had another problem that we had to fix. And while the stream was cut off, I can see that the Predators lost a wicket. Malik went for 16 in 12 balls. So first success for CANASIA in the power play, which is going to be a very positive thing for them. Sarath Kumar, the captain, leading from front, taking the first wicket for them. And that was really good strategy by Sarath since he's an off spinner, and that is always going to be a good matchup against the left-arm batter. So really good captaincy by Sarath, and kudos to him for taking the first wicket and taking the charge for his team. Now we can see, I believe it's Raman who's on the crease right now, batting in for one down, as he always does. A really solid bat as well. Also a strong player of the offside and can play a long game as well. So really versatile batter. Good bowling by Sarath Kumar again. Tempting the batter to come onto the drive. But it's not spinning as much. So Raman was playing for the spin, but it just went straight. That was well fielded by Tehzeeb, I believe. Really good fielding, really good hustle by fielders over there. I can see CANASIA, they're looking very energetic today, especially after the first wicket fell down. They're looking very energetic now. They're looking into good spirits. They'll definitely try to put more pressure on the opening pair. Good bowling again by Sarath Kumar. He's also coming around the wicket, so he's bowling with that angle and trying to bring the ball in or just leave it and goes straight. So it's gonna be kind of a challenge for batters as well, because they have to play for the spin, and if it doesn't spin, it's just gonna go straight, and they can get a top edge or outside edge. It looks like there was a no ball by Sarath, so this is gonna be a free hit. So bit of a pressure release opportunity for Kamibai here. And he steps out and takes the opportunity, but it's just going to land safely to a fielder. So it's just going to be a single run over there. He did try to step out and go for that shot, but wasn't successful in dispatching that ball out of the park. That's really good flight by Sarath, but well negotiated by Raman as well. They are going to definitely come back for 2 runs. This is good over. Really good over by Sarath here. A wicket, an important wicket of Malik, and then given only 5 runs here. So good example set by the captain himself. Tehzeeb is coming back for his 3rd over, I believe. And he's definitely going to look for some wickets now, since now he's not facing a left-hand batter. So he's going to be more aggressive towards the right-hand batter. He's a good swinger of the ball, and usually bowls a good length and line as well. So if he can be disciplined about what he's doing, he can definitely inflict some damage over here. And since Predators already lost a wicket, so they will be a little bit defensive in the beginning, especially Raman. Whenever he comes into the situations like this, he usually goes into defensive in the beginning, and then once the innings are built, then he goes on to offensive. That was Kamran tried to go across, tried to dispatch it over the fielders into that mid-wicket region, but he completely missed it. And there was a big shout, but definitely it was too high. I can see that Kamran is trying to release that pressure that they're feeling at the moment. Hopefully he won't do something wrong and lose his wicket. Another in-swinging ball, and this time very well played by Kamran. He puts it just behind the square leg for a 4. So that was a good shot. But again, he is playing with fire over here, I would say. Tehzeeb is bowling the in-swingers and Kamran is going across to him. So that is a really high risk, high reward kind of a play. If he misses that shot, he'll definitely lose his wicket. Oh, that was a really good ball. Good length. Oh, there was a bit of fumble here. A lot of youngsters in CANASIA. They need to keep their heads cool and calm. They have gotten the taste of that blood after the first wicket, so they will try to draw more blood over here. This was a well bowled bouncer by Tehzeeb. Kamran definitely tried to throw the kitchen sink at it, but he could not do anything about that. Just missed it completely. There was a slower ball here. And there was a brilliant catch by Varun. What an absolute brilliant catch. I can see here running backwards. He was never in a good position under that ball. Just kept running back and watching the ball over his shoulder. What a catch that was. I would definitely say one of the best catches in the season so far. Great athleticism showed by Varun over here. This is what happens when you have young players in your team. They can show some really good plays over there, and they can really impact with their quickness on the field. Great play by Varun over here, and really good bowling by Tehzeeb. Definitely brought him in that trap with that slow ball. He could see that he was trying to go for some runs. He was trying to hit some big shots. So he lured him in with that slow ball, and he thought for a second that he is safe because he saw the fielder running backwards towards the ball, and maybe he thought for a second he might be safe, but that was a brilliant catch, really brilliant catch by Varun. Excellent work, and with that CANASIA has the second wicket, and with that Predators are 35 for 2, and it's still power play. So Predators are in a bit of a pickle over here, and CANASIA must be very jubilant at the moment. Now we have a new batsman on strike. We are still waiting on the update on the scorecard so we can see the name, but I believe that's Basit. Yes, that is definitely Basit. Tehzeeb coming in, and that is a very short ball, definitely going to be a wide. He wanted to welcome the new batter with a short ball, but missed the length by a lot, and that was way too short. Let's see what he does now. Ooh, that went across, and the batsman. So batsman is actually Abhinav, is not Basit. My mistake. And he did try to negotiate that ball towards the third man region, just try to edge it between the gap, but he was unsuccessful. But luckily he did not get any edge whatsoever, so he was safe. And with that, 5 overs are completed, and Predators are 36 for 2. It's been a very interesting game so far. We have seen some boundaries, and we saw an amazing catch just now. So CANASIA, they are feeling really, really motivated at the moment. He will definitely try to get another wicket in this power play and try to put even more pressure on Predators here. Both the teams are definitely fighting to get that first W on the table for both of them. So let's see who gets that today. Sarath Kumar coming back for his third over as well. Since there's another left-hander, so Sarath must have thought, I'll come back for another over, try to get the left-handed batsman out again. So Let's see if he can be successful in that. Few changes happening. You can see just one player outside the circle who's on mid wicket, almost square leg, squarish mid wicket over there. And then I can see one long on going towards the boundary now. So we have a long on and a mid wicket outside the circle, and everybody is in there. He tried to slog sweep just for a single though. As I was saying earlier, both the teams, Predators and CANASIA, they will try to get another win over here. Predators have played 2 matches and they haven't been able to win any yet. So they will definitely try to go hard at this game and try to get their win. And CANASIA will try to get another win for them. That was a good ball, really fast coming in, but I believe that was pitching outside. So it's just going to be a no from the umpire. As I was saying, CANASIA, they have also played 4 matches and they have been able to win 1 match. They've lost 2 and there was one abandoned match. So they will definitely try to get some win here as well. There was a good shot inside out by Raman and it's running towards the boundary. And that's going to be a boundary for him. Good shot by Raman. Definitely will need to take the charge over here. Raman being their senior player, he's also been the captain for the team many times. Very calculative player of the cricket. Just played behind the square for a single. Very interesting game so far. Quite evenly matched, I would say. But with those 2 wickets, the scale has definitely tilted towards CANASIA a little bit at the moment. So the power play will definitely be in CANASIA's name. It was a good flighted ball and this is edged on and players coming underneath and another wicket. Sarath Kumar getting the left-hander once again. His plan is getting successful. Really well played by Sarath Kumar, the captain himself, leading the way again and taking the wicket of the left-hander once again. Their strategy is coming into play and they are being successful in that. So really well played by CANASIA, and with that the power play is over as well and Predators will be 43 for 3 now. Abhinav also walking back, having just made 1 run in just 2 balls. Wasn't able to get away. Sarath Kumar bowled that beautifully flighted delivery over there and lured him into playing that sweep shot and just ended up giving a top edge and very simple catch by the fielder. There were a lot of players coming underneath, but thankfully their communication was good and they were able to catch that ball. And with that, we have 3 wickets down. Now we have Amrinder Karud coming in as their number 5. They definitely need a good partnership over here. Raman, he needs a partner to take the score to a respectable total so they can defend it. Really well played by CANASIA so far. There's bowled 3 overs for 22 with 1 wicket. Sarath Kumar leading the way with 3 overs as well, but 21 runs and 2 wickets. So really well bowled, pretty economical, and getting those 3 wickets for the teams. Really well bowled by both the bowlers in that power play region. Now we can see Dale coming in. He's another new addition to CANASIA this year. And it's another Aussie that we have in in Calgary cricket. We have seen a lot of Aussies and a lot of English players playing in Calgary cricket, especially. We have a lot of additions from England and Australia in Glenmore Club. And now Dale is another addition to Calgary cricket, coming all the way from Australia. He's a left-arm orthodox bowler, very economical as well. He's also a very handy batsman. So I would say a very good addition for CANASIA for sure. He's coming over the wicket. Good start by him. And that was a very risky run. And there's a big argument over there, but I believe the leg umpire has given not out. It was a very risky run, very good fielding as well. The fielder was quick on his feet and the throw was good. And definitely all of them are very convinced that it was an out. But if the leg umpire has said no, so we can't really do much about it. You can see some nerves over here in Predators. They really need to build a partnership here. They need to give themselves some time to settle themselves. They have lost 3 wickets, so they'll definitely be feeling very anxious at the moment. So they just need to take a moment, like take a few overs, couple overs to calm the nerves down and then go at it. Just a single. And Amrinder, he opens his account. It's good bowling again by Dale. Now since the power play is done, now we can have 4 fielders outside the circle. Really good ball. It was an extra bounce over there. A little bit quick in the air as well. Well bowled again, and the fielder is there. Good field with really good field setup as well. Not giving much to the batters. It's a bit wide and that was a misfield. It's going to cost him a couple runs at least. I'm pretty sure Captain Sarat Kumar would not mind that at the moment, because he knows that they are trying to break from that shackles over there. So they will try to go hard at it, and they might be an opportunity in play with these situations. End of another over. 7 overs, 47 for 3 Predators. Really good first over by Dale, just 4 runs given. I can definitely see a lot of inspired movements by CANASIA at the moment. Got 3 wickets, 3 early wickets, really key wickets as well during the power play. So I can see that Sarat Kumar is coming back for his final over of the match. He's trying to finish off the spell, trying to get another wicket here. Good aggressive approach, I would say. He will definitely feel a bit confidence after getting those 2 wickets. So he'll definitely try to ride on that confidence and try to get another wicket. That was a good sweep, but just a single. both the batters over here will have to play with some conviction here if they want to produce a partnership for the team. Especially Raman being their senior player, he will have to take the charge here. Really good tight bowling by Sarath Kumar. He's not giving much room to Raman. He knows that he's good on his offside, so he's trying to cramp him off the room. Just really good ploy by Sarath. Really making that good use of that of that angle as well. Whoa, that was a good ball as well. Just one run so far. Last ball of his spell. It's been really good spell by the captain. Let's see if he can finish strongly. Another good ball, but just negotiated for a single. And with that, Sarath Kumar finishes off his spell, and he has given only 23 runs in his 4 overs with 2 important wickets. And with that, 8 overs are completed, and Predators are 49 for 3. The run rate is only 6.12. They'll definitely want that run rate to go towards at least 8 and over, and try to get that score closer to 150 to have a defending total. Predators definitely have a good bowling lineup, but they should be looking towards at least 150 on board so they can feel comfortable defending that score. Dale coming back for his second over. Mrinder on strike. Oh, my apologies, Raman on strike. Oh, another misfield, just gonna be a single though. This small misfields could be a bit of a pressure release for the batters, so CANASIA need to be a bit careful over there. They have created massive pressure on the batsmen, but they should not lead that pressure so easily. So having those tight fields, very important, very crucial at the moment for creating more and more pressure on them. That was a good ball. He saw the batsman shuffling earlier and he followed him. Batsman definitely tried to shuffle and try to play in the leg side area, but the bowler was clever enough to follow him. Once again a shuffle, but this time it's just going to be a single. Another good over in progress here by Dale. Good flighted delivery again. Just going to be a single. Another shuffle, and this time it's a successful one, and that's a massive shot by Amrinder. Went all the way in the parking area. The cars luckily were safe. A lot of people were parking there must have felt a bit of an anxiety over there, looking at the ball traveling towards their cars, but it was safe, and that was a 6 by Amrinder, a much needed 6. They needed to break out of those shackles, and they did for that moment. And now Predators are 58 for 3 after 9 overs. They need like at least 1 boundary each over so that they can have like a steady score, steady run rate. Partnership building slowly by slowly. Now we have new bowler coming in. Yeah, Usman coming into bowl. I believe is a medium seamer. You can see now cover, long off, long on, and mid wicket outside the circle. It's actually a spin bowler. It's also coming round the wicket, right arm around. A lot of spinners in CANASIA. We also still have Varun to come. He's also another excellent spinner. He is a leggy wrist spinner. So a lot of spinners to come, which is always a challenge for the batting team. Bit of a shuffle again, but this time they have a protection on the square leg, so it's just going to be a single. So I believe that's what Amrinder is trying to do again. Looks like he is really strong on that side, so he feels confident enough to shuffle and try to go for that area. So bowlers might be able to take advantage of that. Now just flicked on the fine leg area, and there's nobody for the protection, so it's just going to be a double. So that was a smart play by Raman, just using the pace of the ball, just negotiating it down the ground. Hard to say. Another single. This is good by Predators. If they're not getting any boundaries, they're still rotating the strike and keeping the scoreboard ticking, which is really important. You cannot keep getting boundaries every ball, but you'll definitely should be able to play in those gaps and try to get singles and doubles. This is another big shot attempted by Amrinder, but again there's a fielder, so it's just going to be a single. There's a lot of shuffling happening by Amrinder. Ooh, this is a quick one by Usman, but again well played by Raman for a single. So that was a good over for Predators. They were able to get 7 runs without taking many risks. So that's definitely a good sign. They are building that partnership over by over. CANASIA have created good pressure in the first 6-7 overs. So they need to keep that pressure on. Should not give easy singles and doubles. Try to get another wicket here. You see Dale coming on for his 3rd over. He's bowled really well so far. Hasn't gotten any wicket though. Let's see if he can get a wicket here. Again, we can see a leg side dominant field. Good bowling again. Well flighted. Good fielding. No runs there. There was an opportunity for Raman to go over the offside field to play an inside-out shot. But couldn't time that well. That's going to be another dot ball. It's definitely going to create some sort of pressure for Raman. He's definitely trying to break from the shackles. There's a misfield. There's a bit of a collision between the bowler and the batter. And Raman had already crossed more than half of the pitch and could not get back on time. And unfortunately, he loses his wicket with that unfortunate incident. There was a run, but I believe the non-striker did not pay attention to Raman, or maybe because of the collision with the bowler, he got confused a little bit. And during all that, Raman had already crossed more than half of the pitch, and he could not get back on time. So that was really unfortunate for Raman and for Predators. And Raman has lost his wicket. He made 20 runs in 26 balls with 1 boundary. He was definitely trying to create an innings over there, and that's how he does. He usually starts slow. He takes his time. He keeps rotating those strikes in the beginning, and then once he's well set, then he'll go for those big shots. But unfortunately, he could not do that today. And now we can see Karandeep coming into bat in his place. Right now, Predators are 65 for 4 after 10.3. So it's a really concerning situation for them. They still have a couple good batters coming in, so the batting lineup is not the issue, but they need to create a partnership. They need to have a partnership and make that steady input in their runs. And as I was saying earlier, since Dale was bowling so tight, he wasn't giving many opportunities. So that created some sort of pressure between the batters, and because of that pressure, there was some sort of miscommunication over there, and which resulted into that unfortunate wicket of Raman. So the pressure does play a big part into all this. And that was an excellent over by Dale. It was a maiden over. But I believe there's 1 ball left. Or maybe they are saying, the scorer is definitely telling the umpire that there's 1 ball remaining. I believe umpire is about to have a chat with the scorer. But I'm as far as I know, I think there's 1 ball remaining, because Raman was out on the 3rd ball and Karan has only played 2 balls so far. Let's see what happens. Well, I believe the decision is that the over is done. So with that, we have 11 overs done and 65 for 4 Predators. CANASIA doing really well. That was a really good over by Dale. That was a maiden with that really important wicket of Raman. So that has created a massive amount of pressure on Amrinder now, especially because he was taking charge over there. He was trying to go for those shots, so he'll go again. As we can see, he's again trying to shuffle and play in that leg side region. The pressure is definitely playing a big part over here. Amrinder is trying to break those shackles off, but he's taking big risk over here. Now we saw a casual walk off the pitch by Amrinder. He was trying to kind of intimidate the bowler, but the bowler was smart enough and did not give him much. There was another dot ball. Amrinder is trying to create opportunities here. Another big shuffle, and this time it's gone off the straight up, and that was a drop catch. Big opportunity for CANASIA once again, but that was a difficult catch. Again, running back, and there were no fielders over there. So it was kind of a no man's land. There were like 3 fielders coming after that ball, and no one was successful. So lucky for Amrinder that it was not a wicket, but he's taking big risks over there. I understand that he is trying to create opportunities, create some room for himself, and play those shots and try to create some runs over there, but he is taking too many risks. And this is another ball, and that's another catch. Karandeep loses his wicket. He tried to go for that lofted cover drive, did not time the ball really well, and that was good catch by the fielder, Nandi. Nandi was the fielder and really well judged by him. It was a low catch, but he made good ground and took that wicket. So another wicket fell for Predators. The 66 for 5 now. They really need to regroup here, reset. They still have 8 overs left. If they give themselves at least 1 or 1.5 over, like 8 to 9 balls, to just kind of reset and reform and regroup and just try to rethink their strategy, they might be able to make some, they'd still be able to make a good total here. They still have batters, they still have big hitters in their team. There's another good batter that is coming in. Jagbir is also a good hitter of the ball. So as I said, we still have good batters coming in. They still can make a good total here, but they just need to reset over here. They're feeling too much pressure, and it's totally fair that they're feeling that pressure, but they need to use that pressure in their advantage and not give in to it. So I hope they'll be able to do that, because I would really like to see a good total here. Jagbir on strike, and Usman as well getting his first wicket for the match. Really good contest going on. CANASIA are all over Predators at the moment. Let's see who's coming into bowl now. Looks like it's Varun who's coming into bowl. He's taking his run up stride. He's another good bowler. He's a leggy. Bowls a good flighted delivery. So batsmen really need to look out for him. Timing is the key, playing against bowlers like Varun. Pretty sure Amrinder would try to shuffle again against Varun. It could be very dangerous for him. Really good start by Varun. That was a good spin. And since he is flighting the ball, I've noticed this thing on inland, that there has been an extra bounce for spinners, especially wrist spinners were flighting the ball a little bit. They're getting an extra bounce. That's what I've been observing for the season so far, especially from this end. So this is actually really advantageous for Varun, because if the batter tries to go across to him, tries to play across like a slog sweep or something towards mid-wicket region, because of that extra bounce, he could get a top edge and he could lose his wicket. So he really needs to play well. And another shuffle, but this time there was a successful shot and goes outside the boundary. And that was a good 6 by Amrinder. As I said, he's playing a high risk, high reward kind of a game. And so far he is getting high rewards for it, which is good for him and good for the team as well. Varun might try to pull his length a little bit back here after that shot. Or maybe change his line a little bit. It's too straight. And because of that shuffle, he could actually make that shot quite easily. Even though there was a fielder, but he could not really do much about it. It just sailed over him. Let's see what Varun comes up with this time. Believe that that will be a leg by, just going down, fine leg. No protection over there, so it's just going to be 2 runs. There's no leg by signal by umpires so far, so we'll say that it's 2 runs for the batter. Needs to change his line a little bit. He's going too straight. That's a better line. What a ball that was. Absolute ripper. The batsman is in shackles over there. What a ball that was. Really good flight. Perfect length. And pitching on that middle leg area and just kind of spun from there and missing everything. Really good ball. That was a good flighted delivery again and big shout for the LBW, but no response from the umpire. So very eventful over and good start by Varun, I would say. There definitely was a 6 in that over, but he should look into it as an opportunity rather than something that will demotivate him, because batsman is trying to create the opportunity. That means you're not giving him easy opportunities, so which is always a good way to look at the situation, I would say. I believe Usman coming back. Another over. He was successful in his last over. Definitely try to get another one here, especially the new batter Jagbir. He's not wearing his helmet, but luckily for him, there are not many pacers in CANASIA. But also playing against a spinner, if he is going for a sweep shot, he could get a toppage. So it's always important that you wear helmets, but some batters, they are not very comfortable with it. So it's completely understandable. That was a full toss, but Jagbir was not able to dispatch it. So it's just going to be a single. He'll definitely be upset with himself. It was definitely an opportunity for him to smash it out of the park, but just a single. Usman has bowled really well. His third over, he's given only 9 runs so far and a wicket. Another full toss, but this time, oh, it's well fielded by, I believe that's Dale on the boundary. So it's just going to be a single over here. So really good field work over there. And that's what bowler needs. That was not a good ball by Usman, honestly. It's another full toss. But because it was flighted and it was kind of dipping towards batter, it was not very easy to dispatch. And this time he bowls a quick one, but goes straight to the fielder. And it's going to be a dot ball. So he's changing his pace. He's varying his pace a lot. He's bowling a flighted ball, which is dipping, and then all of a sudden he's bowling a quick one. Another flighted delivery. That was really good ball. Jagbir completely missed it. And he was too early on that ball. He was already halfway through the shot while the ball hasn't even pitched. Another good ball by Usman. Jagbir really needs to just kind of let the ball come into his hitting area and then go for it. He's trying to force the shot over here, which is not helping him. So he just needs to let the ball come to him and then play on its merits, because that way it won't be as risky as he's doing right now. Really good over so far. Only 2 runs. Last ball of the over. And this time he plays over the fielder, but it's just going to be another single because there's a fielder in the deep. The infielder was interested for a moment. He definitely tried to go for the catch, but it was way above him. So another over done, and it was really good over. Only 3 runs given by Usman. And after 14 overs, Predators are 77 for 5. With only 6 overs left. They'll definitely try to get at least 50 runs from here, which will bring up to 127. They'll definitely should look it up to that 130, 135 mark from here, which is, I would say, not a very ideal score on inland, especially on a day like this when it's not it's quite hot and it's dry, so the ball is traveling along the ground. On a day like this, I would say an ideal score would be like 160 to 170. But at the moment, they need to do what they can do best at the moment and try to get as much runs and as big as of a score that they can produce from this situation. CANASIA is asking a lot of questions to Predators here. Bowling has been really good, not giving away easy runs. That was a quick one. I think it's going to be a wide. Well thought by Varun, but could not execute it well. And that's a big shot by Amrinder. Oh, and that's a misfield, I would say. It just went through the fielder's hands. And we are still waiting on the decision about whether it was a 4 or 6. And even the umpire is confused here. Still discussing. The batsmen are saying 6, but the bowler is saying 4. We have a rule that it's fielder's calls, so it's given a 6. So that's a good sign for Predators. A much needed boundary here. There's a good shot actually, but there was an opportunity to catch. It's a good shot, as I said. There was an opportunity, but completely missed. The ball just went through the fielder's hands. Another white ball by Varun. Just needs to work on his line a little bit here. He's bowling good spin and good flight. Just needs to correct his length a little bit. Line a little bit. That's a better line. Really good ball. Good spin, good bounce, a good flight. All the boxes are being ticked over here. Another good ball, but this time it's played in the gap. It's definitely going to come back for 2. So this has been a good over for Predators so far. There's been a 6, 2 wides, and a double now. So with that, they have scored 10 runs so far in this over. So good over for Predators so far. Let's see if they can get some more runs in the last 2 balls. Another good ball by Varun. Beautifully bowled. Good line here. It's not going to be easy for batters to dispatch that. Another good ball here, but this time played through the gap along the grounds, but just a single. With that, 15 overs are completed. And Predators are 88 for 5. Still a long way from what they will expect to have on the board. A little bit expensive over by Varun there. Looking like it's a bit windy out there. It's good temperature. It's 21 degrees today, which is a really nice weather for cricket. Welcome back, and I hope you guys are enjoying the stream that we're putting in for you guys. And for that, I would like to thank our sponsors, YYC Cricket, Kinetic Sports, Source Sports, and Auto Reboot. Really grateful for this support for our channel. And if you guys like our content, and if you guys are enjoying the cricket that we are showing, please like and subscribe our channel, which is 22 Yards Network, and also click that bell icon so you can have all the latest updates of all the games. So let's come back to our game again. We have Syed, who's bowling his first over of the match, and Amrinder on strike. Predators are 89 for 5 after 15.2 overs. They really need to play a big hand over here to bring that total close to 130, 135. There was a full toss on offer, but could not dispatch it. Amrinder. That was too wide. It's going to be an extra run. If they can make 12 to 15 runs and over from here, they can still reach that 140, 145 mark from here. Oh, that's another wide given by umpire. Bowler and the wicketkeeper not happy with the decision. They're saying if they try to score 12 to 15 runs and over, they still can reach that 140, 145 mark, which is a respectable total here. Another good ball, but played in the gap. Will definitely try to come back for double, and they do. It's good running between the wicket. CANASIA have bowled really well so far, not giving away easy runs. The run rate is only 5.94, which is very good. Which is a very good sign for CANASIA. That was a really beautiful ball. Just changing its line a little bit after pitching, just going away from the batter. Oh, another full toss, but this time just played down the ground for a single. It was a very low full toss, so it's not easy to dispatch that. And that's the end of the over for Syed. Only 6 runs given, so good start by him, considering his first over towards the end of the game. And operators are 94 for 5. Only 4 overs to go. Still need good amount of runs here to create a good total, a defendable total on the board. Let's see what they can do here. Varun coming back for his third over. I'm pretty sure Amrinder will try to take him on in this over. Again, a mostly leg side dominant field. All the players on the leg side are outside the circle except that one silly mid on. Another big shuffle, but really good ball by Varun. Definitely saw him shuffling, and I guess he corrected his line, and which was really well done by him. Amrinder really needs to think of scoring in the offside as well, because it's not going to be easy to score on the on onside at every single time. And this time, it goes for a slog sweep, and that goes in the gap. So successful shot for him. Goes towards that cow corner region for a 4. So as I said, he'll definitely try to take on Varun because they really need to make a big score here. And Amrinder has played 25 balls now, so it's definitely a better settled batter between the two. Another shuffle, but this time it was a quick one. So well thought by Varun, and this time it was well executed as well. I was about to say that Varun can try a quick one over here since he's shuffling all the time, and he did. So well thought by him. Let's see what he does now. Another shuffle, but this time it was a slow one through the air. So it's just going to be a single. So really good bowling by Varun. He's changing his pace and his line. So it's keeping the batsman guessing. Jagbir will also try to hit some big shots here. He was successful in hitting that 6 in his last over. Another big swing. It's just going to be a single. Good over so far in the context of the game. Last ball of the over. Let's see what happens. Amrinder will definitely try to shuffle again and go for that leg side. And he does. And this time it was away from his reach, so it's just going to be another single. So really good bowling by Varun, only 7 runs given. Well bowled by him. And that's 17 overs done, and Predators have reached that 100 mark finally. It's 3 overs to go. They can still get another 30 to 40 runs in this last 3 overs and try to create a respectable total here. Amrinder and Jagbir. Amrinder will definitely have to take charge and try to hit some big shots. But he's playing very predictably, honestly. He's shuffling all the time. So now bowlers can actually read him like an open book because they know that he's only going to try to go for that leg side. So if they keep bowling away from his reach, he won't be able to do much. So he needs to really change his strategy. As I said, he shuffles again, and I don't think the umpire is going to give a wide because he shuffled quite outside the stump. So that's good decision by umpire because he's shuffling a lot. So with the batter, the wide line will also shuffle, will also move forward, and also well bowled by the bowler, is not giving him anything in his reach. This time it's just top edge, but it's not. It's just gonna fall in the no man's land for a single. As I keep saying, Amrinder needs to change his strategy in terms of scoring. There are a lot of opportunities on the offside to score as well. But if he keeps going for that leg side, the bowlers can read him like an open book and they can just keep bowling outside his reach. Jagbir on strike now. It's just going to be another single here. They definitely try to hit those big shots, but they're not being able to time the ball. Syed is bowling another good over. There's another shuffle and slog sweep on the leg side, but just going to be another single. If I could bet on Amrinder shuffling, I could have been a millionaire so far. Oh, this time it was a full toss, but there's too much elevation, not much distance, but luckily for the batsman, it lands on the no man's land. And it's just going to be another single. They're definitely trying to hit those shots, but they're not being able to time the ball well. Amrinder on strike again. And he shuffles again. And he misses again. And that's the end of the over. Only 4 runs given. Really good over by Syed again. Oh, looks like... Oh, it was given wide actually. That's quite surprising because the batsman had shuffled. But umpire's decision is final. And this time the ball is in the air again, but it's just going to land safely. And just 1 run to finish the over. So good over by Syed. Only 6 runs given. And that's the end of the 18th over. And Predators are 107 for 5. Just 2 overs left. Now I can see Tehzeeb going on his mark to bowl his last over. He bowled well in the power play. Took a wicket as well. Last 2 overs of the match, of the first innings. And we see again a leg dominant field. The wicketkeeper still trying to make some changes. He's sending the third man a little bit wider. And we have long on, mid on and square leg. It's a big shout, but no response from the umpire. There was a good start of the over by Tehzeeb. A good quick one. And as predicted, Amrinder tried to shuffle and go for the leg side again. Wicketkeeper making some last minute changes here. Again, a shuffle. This time it's chipped in the air. Fielder coming underneath and takes a comfortable catch. And that's the end of Amrinder's innings. He tried a lot of shuffling and pulling and slog sweeping, He did get a couple good shots on the leg side, but was not successful most of the time. But he had to go for it because the situation called for it. He had to go for the big shots. He had to make some score for the team. So he tried to play on his strength. But this time, bowler was able to exploit that play by him. As I said, he was playing very predictably. So bowler exploited that situation and bowled a ball outside his reach and just top edged it to the fielder on long off. Sorry, a very comfortable catch. I believe that was Syed. So that's the 6th wicket gone, and now we have Abdul Basit on strike. Another big hitter. He can dispatch the ball outside the park as well, and quite easily so. And he definitely needs to do that. And first try, it's just going to be a single. It's a good ball by Tehzeeb. A little back of the length, coming quickly onto him. Good death over bowling by Tehzeeb. Now Jagbir on strike. He's finally wearing a helmet, which is a good sign. There is some sort of conversation going on. I believe they brought the wrong helmet for him. Only 9 balls left, and Predators are 108 for 6. They need to get to at least 130 to 135 here, and they still can. But they'll have to play a really good hand over here, especially Abdul Basit. He's a big hitter. He can clear the boundaries easily. So he needs to take the strike. Jagbir has been trying to go for big shots, but he has not been able to time the ball well. So he needs to rotate the strike and try to give strike to Basit so he can try his hand as well. Good ball by Tehzeeb. Bowled a wide Yorker. Basit is arguing with umpire for a wide, but that was definitely not a wide ball. Good control by Tehzeeb. This time it was I believe it was a off cutter by Tehzeeb, and Jagbir went so across he completely missed it. Last ball by him, very good over, just 1 run so far and a wicket. And another ball going in the air, but just going to be a single. It's actually going to be a double. It was a bit of a misfield and they took advantage of it. So good running by Basit to take that double, but it's still just 3 runs in that over. So really good over by Tehzeeb to finish off his spell and gets a wicket as well. An important winning wicket of Amrinder because he was so set. And now we are down to the last over of the first innings. And Predators are 110 for 6. They definitely need at least 15 to 20 runs in this over. And Basit can definitely do it. And I believe Syed will bowl the last over. He's bowled really good 2 overs. He has been bowling the ball outside the batter's reach. So it hasn't been easy for batters to score off of him. Captain Sarath Kumar giving some advices to the bowler, changing the field. They're bringing the long off inside. They're bringing them 70, like in the midway. They're 3/4 the length. And that's a wide ball and played well in the gap, but just for a double. So well struck by Basit, but could not cross the boundaries. The situation of the pitch on the bowler's end at the moment is not looking very good. The carpet of the pitch is coming off. Definitely needs to be worked on. Another wide delivery and played to the long on fielder once again, and another double. So good running by Basit. I believe that's going to be the strategy for this over. They'll keep bowling a wide line. As we can see, the carpet is coming off on that side of the pitch, which is actually quite dangerous for bowlers and both batters because they can get stuck in it and can cause some injuries. This time the bowler was a bit straighter, but it's just going to be another 2 runs. So really good running by both the batters, and that's good play as well. If you can't get the boundaries, at least try to get the runs, and when you get 2 like doubles, it's actually helps you a lot. Now they already have 6 runs in the 3 balls, which is good. Well played by Basit and Jagbir. Good running. Ooh, he goes for the, throws his kitchen sink at it. Tried to go over that mid-wicket region, but could not connect the ball whatsoever. He's definitely upset with himself. The ball was there to hit. And that's a big shot. This time he clears the boundary. That was definitely in his arc, and he lashed onto it right away and easily dispatched over the boundary. Basit Bhai is a big guy, and he likes to clear those boundaries. Last ball of the innings, he'll definitely try to go for another one. They are on 122. Can they go to 128? Can he go for another 6? Let's find out. Last ball of the innings. So he's coming back, and this time it was a bit wide, and it's just going to go straight towards the fielder. But Jagbir does well to come back for a double, and they take 2 runs. So with that, Predators make 124 in the 20 overs, and now CANASIA will have to chase 125 to win this game in 20 overs. So I would say the first innings will belong to CANASIA because really well bowled by them. They did not give any easy runs to Predators. As you can see the scoreboard, the start was actually not too bad. Malik and Kamran, they started well. Malik made 16 in 12. But then once Malik's wicket was gone, Kamran and Raman, they actually felt a little bit of pressure. And in that pressure, Kamran also lost his wicket. And then that unfortunate run out of Raman Singh. And then Abhinav, he lost his wicket quite quickly. And then Amrinder came in and he made a good contribution. He made 33 in 34 balls. But then in the end, he also couldn't finish the game on his terms. Karandeep as well lost his wicket quite easily. And then towards the end, we had Jagbir Singh and Abdul Basit. And they actually put up a good partnership, I would say, a good small partnership to finally bring that total to 125. But I would say kudos to CANASIA for bowling so wonderfully and not giving away easy runs, especially Predators being a good batting side. Tazib bowling good over, 4 overs for just 25 runs and 2 wickets. Sarath Kumar, the captain, leading the way with 4 overs and just 23 runs with 2 overs, 2 wickets as well. Dale as well bowling a very good spell, 3 overs for just 13 with 1 maiden, which is really impressive, especially for T20. And actually there was a wicket in that maiden as well. There was the run out of Raman. Then Usman also bowled really well, only 11 runs in this 3 overs and 1 wicket as well. only 3.67 economy. So that was really impressive by Usman. Varun as well bowled well. He was a little bit expensive, but I would say in the context of the game, he bowled well as well. He should be really proud of himself. And Syed also bowled well for his 3 overs. So all in all, a good performance, good all-round performance by CANASIA. Good fielding setup, good field setups, and good pressure maintained by them on Predators. Now Predators have a lot of work cut out for them. They'll have to bowl really well to restrict CANASIA below that score. And they have a good bowling lineup, so they can definitely do that. But we'll definitely find out in the second innings. So stay tuned for the after the inning breaks. We'll come back for the exciting second innings of CANASIA versus Predators. Good evening to all the viewers and welcome back to this exciting matchup between Predators and CANASIA. Now we are about to start the second innings. Predators have created the 124 score on the board, and CANASIA will have to make 125 runs to win this game. And we can see that we're still waiting for the scorecard to be updated, but I believe I can see Azhar and Syed on strike, opening the partnership for CANASIA, and Param bowling the first over for Predators, coming round and that was a big in-swinging ball. Good start by Param. He's a good bowler as well, a tall bowler, a very balanced stride, and he bowls a good in-swingers as well, and a decent pace. So it's gonna ask a lot of questions for the batters. But Azhar is a good batter as well. So it's going to be a good competition between the both of them. We're still waiting for the scorecard to be updated. There's some field changes happening last minute. There is a slip in place. It's definitely gonna take advantage of that swing in the beginning. It's quite windy now, and it's also a bit overcast at the moment. Bit blistery condition at the moment. A little bit like England, as you might have seen in the recent test match played by England and India. It was a really good batting display by England in that match. Came really strongly in the second innings, and India had no chance to win that game. It's a bit halt in the game. Predators really need to keep the game going. From coming back. Ooh, that was a good ball. Back of length. Got a little bit extra bounce, but missed the top edge. And just a correction, I said Syed was opening, but it's actually Sukhpreet. And as I said, it's Hussain Azhar who's opening the batting for CANASIA. As you can see, the camera is moving a lot because it's windy. It's a good start by Paramdeep so far. Good back of the length deliveries. So cramping the batters from space. A bit of swing as well. Here's a little bit of a wrong-footed action, which is interesting. But because of his height, he gets that extra bounce as well. So he's not an easy bowler to face, I would say. The wrong-footed action will definitely creates a little bit of, I would say, doubt in the batters, because they're used to seeing the normal action. So they're used to that rhythm, but when you see the change in the rhythm, it's difficult to kind of adjust to it. And that goes for a big shot, and fielder coming underneath, and very comfortable catch by Karan over there. And CANASIA loses the first wicket in the first over itself with no runs on board. That's not a good sign for CANASIA, but very good sign for Predators. They'll be very happy with this. That's definitely what they need here. Some early wickets to put massive pressure on CANASIA. So good start by Predators. Good start by Paramdeep. And very comfortable catch by Karan. This is very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, even though the score is not it's not a very big total on the scoreboard. It's not going to be easy as well because, as I said, Predators, they are a good bowling team, so they are not going to give easy runs, and they have a lot of experienced campaigners in the team, which will definitely keep pitching in their inputs in terms of field setups and bowling strategies. We have Linford on strike now. Another in-swinging delivery, and we can see the pitch carpet is coming off again, and it's kind of the batters are kind of getting stuck in there, so it's not a good sign. I hope C&DCL will take notice of this and will try to repair that damage, because it's right underneath batter's foot, and it's also right where the bowlers are completing their stride, completed their bowling action. So if the pitch comes off, the pitch carpet comes off, and somebody gets stuck in there, there could be a really bad injury for someone, and nobody wants to happen that. We have Raman coming into bowl. Both the teams are employing the similar strategies. We saw CANASIA also doing the same thing. We had pacer coming in from one end and spinner coming in from the other end. And CANASIA and Predators are as well employing the same strategy here. Let's see if this strategy works for them. Sukhpreet on strike. And that's just played through the gap in the cover region, and just going to be a double. So that's the first runs on board for CANASIA. Going to need a lot more of that. Good flighted delivery, and we can see a little bit drift as well since it's still a new ball. It just goes above the point fielder, but it's just going to be a single. There's a little bit of drift in the ball in the air. It's a good bowling by Raman. Linford on strike. Another drifting ball, but just going out a little bit wider than it should have because of the drift. Gonna be a wide. First extra delivery of the inning. It's well played in the fine leg region. It's gonna be an easy double for them. There's no protection in the end. So well negotiated by Linford there. Saw the ball drifting on his pads and just helped it on its way. Another drifting delivery and a big shout by everyone, but no response from the umpire whatsoever. And I believe that was a good decision as well. The ball definitely was drifting down the leg. Linford playing a dangerous game there. He tried to sweep back to back, but this time the ball was a little bit straighter than before, and this time he dances down the pitch but just plays straight to the bowler. Linford needs to take a little bit of time for himself. Just settle down, and then you can start going for these shots. Again, he steps down, but this time he just pushes in the gap for a single, which is well played by him. And with that, that's the end of the over, and CANASIA are 7 for 1 after 2 overs. They definitely lost their first wicket very early on, but they should not let themselves get demotivated. They still have a lot of batting left, and there are not too many runs on the board. So if they can just settle themselves down, just calm those nerves down and create a good partnership in the middle, they'll definitely prevail in this match. Paramdeep coming in for his second over. Bowled really well. Maiden wicket over. It was really impressive. Another in swinging delivery, and Linford does well to leave that. Good bowling by Paramdeep so far. He's bowling good length. He's bowling that hard length deliveries with that in swing as well. So it's not easy to play that shot. Ooh, another good ball. This time it doesn't swing as much and just straightens a little bit after pitching. The outside edge was definitely in play. Linford was playing way too outside his body. It was a very risky shot by Linford over there. Lucky for him that he was not successful in that, because it could have definitely created an edge. Lets it go again. Respecting the good deliveries, that is always good, but he's definitely would like to play some of the deliveries as well. He cannot let too many deliveries go, because the more dot balls you have, the more pressure it's going to create. And once again the similar delivery as before, and similar, I would say it was just like an action replay of the same delivery again. Again it was swinging in, but then after pitching it just straightened up, which tempted Linford into that drive, but completely missed everything. Lucky for him. Maybe changing the guard might help Linford, because he is taking that leg stump guard, which is, because of that, it's a bit far for him to reach for that ball. So maybe if he takes the middle stump guard, he might be able to reach to that ball a lot better. But really impressive bowling by Paramdeep so far. His 11th ball, and still no one has been able to make any runs against him, which is super impressive. Another wicket, another maiden in the, oh, I would say this is commentator's curse. I was saying too many good things about Param, and he ends up bowling an extra, which is fine. I would say it's like a beauty spot, because when the things are too perfect, they are often not very helpful. Another very good ball by Paramdeep. Really good over by him. Just one run given in his 2 overs with 1 wicket as well. So excellent spell by him so far. Linford is not being able to get away in his bowling, but that's okay. If he has to take his time in the beginning, that's completely fine. He needs to settle himself down and then start to make those runs when the conditions get easier. The ball will definitely stop swinging after first few overs, and it will definitely be easier to score after that. Raman coming back. Again, the ball is drifting a little bit. Sukhpreet just pushes the ball in the gap for a single. Linford wanted a second run, but Sukhpreet sends him back. Ooh, there was a bit of an misfield by Predators, and just a single again. Karan was on the backward point and kind of overran the ball. and just missed it completely. But luckily for him, it was just a single. And that's a good shot, but very well fielded by Jagbir over there. It's a good shot coming off the middle, but well fielded by Jagbir. Definitely saved at least a couple runs. Oh, that this time Sukhpreet steps out to clear that boundary and completely misses. The but I think wicketkeeper misses that ball as well. Definitely misses the opportunity to stump him out. There's another wicket in play over there. It's just gonna be a bye. Quite eventful over so far. Another single. This is good cricket by CANASIA. If they're not being able to go for the boundaries, they should at least convert those singles and doubles. That was a little bit quick in the air and bottom edged going down the ground. But it's just going to be a single again. Both the batters are not being able to time the ball very well. That's the end of the fourth over, and CANASIA 13 for 1 wicket. The run rate is only 3.25 so far, and Predators are going to be very happy about that. All thanks to Paramdeep with his excellent 2 overs. Just 1 run given. I believe he'll come back for the third one as well, and definitely he should. The batters are not being able to score runs against him. Now this time Sukhpreet is facing Paramdeep. I believe this is the first time Sukhpreet is facing Paramdeep in this innings. It will be interesting to see what Sukhpreet has in mind for him. And well played in the point region, just goes through the gap, and definitely going to be 2 runs over here. Might be 3 runs as well, but no. Sukhpreet sends Linford back. Going to be 2 runs. So first runs off the bat in Paramdeep's spell so far. Mighty impressive by him. This time the ball was way too straight, but just played straight to the fielder. Was overpitched and coming in straight, swinging in. And Sukhpreet did well to play it down the ground with a straight bat, but plays directly to the fielder. And another whack from Sukhpreet, but not timed well. I think it was off the bottom of the bat and just going to be a single. Definitely went for a big shot and whacked it hard, but could not get it off. Linford coming back on strike. Struggled quite a lot. This time he shuffles, but just defends that ball. Really well bowled by Paramdeep. He's not changing his line. He's not getting disturbed by the movements of batters, which is a good sign. Very confident bowling by him. And he should definitely feel confident because he's only given 4 runs in his 16 balls so far. That is really, really impressive by him, especially in a T20 game. Excellent ball by him once again. I think Linford is expecting the ball to be swinging in, but this time it just goes away from the batter after it pitches. It was excellent bowling by him. Good line as well, good line and length as well. A hard length ball, which is not easy to put away because you can't really go on front foot, and it's also not too short enough to go on the back foot. And this time he shuffles again, big time and big shout, but not a very confident appeal by the bowler because he definitely knows that it's going down the leg. So another very successful over by Parandeep. Only 3 runs given, and CANASIA 16 for 1 after 5 overs. They definitely need to pick up the pace, even though they don't have too many runs on the board, but they still need to make those runs. And with the run rate that is going on right now, it's going to get more and more difficult as the match progresses. So they definitely need to pick up the pace here. But I understand that it's not being easy because the bowlers are doing a very good job so far. Raman coming back for his third over. Last over of the power play. Sukhpreet on strike. Little quicker in the air by Raman here, and swing and a miss by Sukhpreet. He's definitely tried to go over that long on area since there's no fielder out there, but not being able to time the ball properly. Oh, that was a drop catch by Jagbir. Just last over of Raman, he stopped a really good shot by going to the from going to the boundary, but this time a catch came straight to him and he puts it down. A little bit of disappointment on Raman's face, and this time Linford advances and puts it in the gap between point and cover region and for a double. Well played by him. A bit confident shot over there, came down the ground and played in that gap. Really good bowling by Raman again, still drifting. He's using that new ball with really great expertise here. He's drifting that ball in the air, which is not easy for the batters to pick up. This is well negotiated, but it's just going to be a single. Building a good partnership here. 20-run partnership so far. Need to keep that on, but also they need to pick up the pace a little bit more. And this time he clears the infield in the gap. It's just going to be a double again. And with that will be the end of the power play. And CANASIA are 22 for 1 after 6 overs. The power play definitely belongs to Predators here. Excellent spell by Paramdeep, giving only 4 runs in his 3 overs, and also really good support by Raman as well, and also that important 1 wicket for Predators. Hussain Azhar gone for 0 in the first over, and Sukhpreet and Linford Rao are playing a good hand here. Their partnership 22 now. They need a lot more than that. We still have lot many batsmen coming in after that. As we can see, Paramdeep bowled an excellent spell. 3 overs, just 4 runs, 1 maiden and a wicket. Economy of 1.33. That is absolutely phenomenal. And Raman Singh is well bowling really well. 3 overs for just 17 runs. And he definitely missed out on a wicket with that drop catch, and also that missed chance of the stump out. So definitely missed out on 2 opportunities, but still really good bowling by him. Now we're seeing Jagbir, another tall bowler from Predators, coming in right arm over. That was full, but went straight to the fielder. There was a bit of a misfield, and the batters took advantage of that, and there was a quick single by them. It was a risky single, but they were successful in that. The batsman had to put in a dive in the end, and he was successful in that. Very committed to the run. That is always good to see. Sukhpreet on strike. Another full delivery and again goes straight to Kami in the short cover region. Two back-to-back deliveries going straight to the same fielder. And both shots were pretty quick. But Kamran did really well in stopping both the shots. Well defended by Linford there. It was a full straight ball. Defended well by Linford. Good start by Jagbir so far. Another good ball and another quick single by CANASIA. Both the batters very quick on their feet in the middle, which is always going to help them in squeezing these quick singles. If you guys are enjoying this match, enjoying our content, please like and subscribe to our channel, 22 Yards Network. Jagbir coming back. And there was thick edge ball running down the third man region. There's no protection, but it's just going to be a double. The run rate is picking up bit by bit for CANASIA. They definitely need to accelerate a little bit more than that. They haven't been able to score any boundaries yet. But one thing, it's good to see that I can't really see much pressure affecting the batters. If they're not being able to make those boundaries, they're definitely rotating the strike and keeping the scoreboard ticking. So they're not letting the pressure getting the best of them. We see that Sukhpreet definitely tried to go over the infield this time, but could not time the ball well. They're definitely trying to go for it, but they're not letting the pressure getting the best of them, which is a good sign. Raman coming back to finish off his spell. Will definitely try to get a wicket here now. Missed out on 2 wickets. Let's see what he does this time. Linford tries to advance him once again, but could not get hold of it. Misses the shot again. Another quick single squeezed in successfully by the batters. Really good running by both the batters here. It's good to see the commitment between the wickets. It's really important to have clear communication when you are taking these quick singles, and it's a good sign for CANASIA. But it still needs boundaries here. Still don't see any boundaries so far. That's a wide. It's a bit short. Definitely tried to make use of that, but missed it. But it was still a wide, so we'll get an extra run. This time he tried to go for a slog sweep, but just a single, go straight to the fielder. It's a good ball, right on that wide line. Another wide delivery, but this time it's played through the gap. Definitely will come back for two. I believe there is one ball left in the over. We had similar issue in the first innings. There was an over where there was this discrepancy in terms of ball count. Now we can see scorer and the umpire having a discussion once again. Let's see what umpire decides this time. The first innings, they decided to just continue and end the over. But let's see what happens this time. Well, I believe they decided to end the over once again. So with that, 8 overs are complete and CANASIA are 32 for 1. Jagbir coming back for his second over and Sukhpreet on strike. Now we have a mid-wicket long on and long off outside the circle. Ooh, there was an opportunity over there. A thick edge going straight towards gully, but it was a little bit short towards the gully fielder. Unfortunately for him, looks like Malik has sustained an injury because of that. He's running off the ground, maybe to get patched up or something. It was a little bit short. He definitely tried to go towards that catch. Definitely tried to take it. He might have just hit his tip of his finger. Might have caused an injury. Malik is still off the pitch. It looks like he's running back now. We are getting some delays in the game. We saw in the first over as well. After the first ball of the game, there was a delay. And now this is the other one. Malik still coming back. And now we can continue again. There's an opportunity in the first ball. It was a tough catch. You can see with every movement of the batter in that area, the carpet is coming off. There was an argument over there about an overthrow. They say the umpire has already declared the run, so it won't be accounted for. That's a good shot by Sukhpreet, and that's going to be a 6. It was a really good shot. It was more like a short arm jab by him and middled really well and goes straight to 6, straight towards that wideish long on region. Really good shot by him. Definitely much needed boundary, and the first boundary of the game as well. A stylish boundary to start with. Hopefully we'll get to see much more of that. Ball was straight and full. It's definitely there to hit. And Sukhpreet did well to not going too across on that. This time it just bounced a bit higher than the bowler, and they were able to get a single off that. So good over for CANASIA so far. 9 runs already in 4 balls. Linford will definitely try to carry on this momentum. Advances down the ground, but Jagbir cramps him from the space. Linford needs to stay on his guard and try to play on the merit rather than trying to create those opportunities, because he's not being able to connect the ball very well since he's moving a lot. So if he can just stabilize himself on his guard, there might be better opportunities for him. And this time he tries to be cheeky, and that's a quick run again. The throw was not good enough, and the batter, I believe, made his ground towards the end. Sukhpreet had already left the pitch for the single, but Linford was not paying attention to his partner, so he was very late to react. But lucky for him, he made the ground on time, and the throw was not very good enough. If the throw was right on stumps, he could have been in trouble. So very risky play by CANASIA there. And with that, it's 42 for 1 after 9 overs. CANASIA need 83 runs in 11 overs here, with almost a little bit more than 7.5 runs an over. So they definitely need to pick up the pace here. They definitely need more boundaries. Now we can see Kamran coming into the attack. He's also a very, very clever bowler. He's a good spinner of the ball, but at the same time he varies his pace a lot. He can bowl a really quick one, and then he can also change the pace and bowl a flighted delivery. So it's really difficult to pick him. He's a really clever bowler, and also very experienced campaigner. He was a first-class cricketer in Pakistan. Good start by him. Just a single. Both the batters have settled down pretty well in the crease now. They need to. Oh, looks like there was a no ball. It's going to be a free hit. Good opportunity for Sukhpreet. Can try another of that big hit like he did in the last over. The team definitely needs one. This time it was a little bit slow in the air. This is what I was saying. He changes his pace a lot, so it's really difficult to pick him. This has been Linford's favorite shot so far. He's been favoring that area for those quick singles. But they have employed a fielder just for that. So he definitely needs to change his strategy to make runs over here. Maybe if he can make some room for himself. Oh, this time it advances down the ground, but it's not being able to connect the ball. This is what I was saying earlier. If he can just stabilize himself on his guard, he might be able to get more opportunities, more freedom in terms of shot selection. Because when you advance down the ground, you kind of narrow down your shot selection, because in that position you can only go down the ground. It's really difficult to go across or go wide. because you've already advanced down the ground. Your balance is not very optimal. So you narrow down your possibilities a lot. And if the this time he tries to go for a cheeky ram shot, and it's just gonna be a single. He's definitely trying to be innovative over here to make runs. Sukhpreet will definitely try to go for a boundary in this last ball of the over. And he does, and it goes straight up in the gap, straight down the ground like an arrow for a boundary. And we're still waiting if it's a 6 or a 4. And that will be a 4, and with that CANASIA are 50 for 1 after 10 overs. So we are halfway in our second innings of the game. CANASIA 50 for 1. They need 75 in the last 10 overs with 7.5 runs and over. So they'll definitely need to pick up the pace over here. They have a lot of wickets in hand, so both the batters can take some risk here now, especially Linford. He needs to stabilize himself to create more opportunities for himself. We have, I believe it's Jagbir coming up. Oh no, I think there's change in the bowling. And I believe that's Amrinder who's coming into bowl. Another tall bloke by Predators. A lot of tall players in Predators here. Played a really good hand for his team in the first innings. Let's see what he can do with the ball. Coming right arm over the wicket. And that was a good shot by Sukhpreet. And that has run to the boundary for a 4. I'm sorry, that was Linford. My mistake. It was a really good shot by Linford. It was 2 straight, and he took full advantage of that delivery, just guiding it to that fine leg region with no protection. It just runs to the boundary. Amrinder not up to a good start for his over. Ooh, this time batsman shuffles a little bit, and Amrinder changes the line towards the end. And we've been seeing this, that as soon as the ball is a little bit wide, Linford goes for that kind of like a guided shot towards the third man area. That's a very risky shot to play. He could edge the ball straight to the keeper. This time it was Yorker length, wide Yorker, but they were able to get a quick single over here. Really good running by Sukhpreet. We can see the pitch condition here, the pitch carpet coming off. It's a very difficult, a very, I would say, dangerous situation for batters, especially their feet can get stuck in there, and they could cause some injuries. Was kind of drifting in, 2 straight again, but it was played in the gap, so they definitely run back for 2, maybe a 3 as well, and they do come back for a third run. Very good running. There was nobody to collect the ball towards the stumps, so there was just an easy 3 runs for CANASIA. So really good running by them. This is how they can create the pressure on Predators, keeping that scoreboard ticking. They already got a boundary in this over, and now there's 3 runs. With that, they already have 8 runs in the first 4 balls. Another wide delivery, but Linford is not being able to play shots in that square area. He's not being able to time the balls in that wider side. This time the ball comes straight and it was full, so Linford just defends that ball in the place. And with that, end of 11th over, 58 for 1 CANASIA. They need 67 in 9 overs. Still 7.5 runs required. We're back onto the game for our 12th over, and we see Karandeep Singh coming into the ball. A very good bowler as well. A leg spinner, bowls a good flighted delivery. A young bloke, but also a very good cricketer. It's a big flight, but I believe that's going to be a no ball. But I don't believe there's a. I think there was a drop catch as well. So no ball given by the umpire. It was definitely going way above the waistline. So it's not a good start by Karan. And it's going to be a good confident booster for Linford if he can get a big shot here. And this time he sweeps the ball in the fine leg region. But just going to get double here. Good running again. Raiders are definitely trying to put some pressure, but they're not being able to get a wicket here. They got the wicket in the first over, but after that they were not able to get any wicket again. They're definitely trying to get some. There were a couple catches drop. There was a catch drop and there was a missed opportunity in terms of stumping. But apart from that, there were not many opportunities created. So they'll definitely try to get something over here. Linford tried to go down the ground again. He's not being able to clear the ball at all. It's just going to be a single again. It's a bit short, and Sukrit does well to put it in the gap for a double. And that's hit straight down the ground. Fielders coming underneath. That was a really good effort. It was an excellent effort by the fielder down there. He's definitely saved 3 runs for his team. He's definitely disappointed with himself that he could not get that catch. I believe that was Amrinder on the on the boundary. Really good work by him. Definitely saved 3 runs for the team. And this time, Linford tries to go for that cut shot in the third man area once again. There was a big shout by the fielders, big appeal by the fielders, but no reaction by the by the umpire whatsoever. The wicket keeper, Raman, and the bowler, they're definitely not happy with the decision here. Karandeep is joshing with umpire that he would like to take a DRS, but we don't have that provision here. Linford is definitely playing a very risky game. He's coming down the ground. He's trying to cut the balls. Very risky game plays by him. Definitely needs to change his strategy in terms of scoring. Maybe Sarath Kumar, the captain of CANASIA, can send a message through a fielder for his batsman. Amrinder coming back for the bowling. Bit 4 was dipping down. This is going to be a single. There was a good effort in terms of fielding by Raman. Just going to be a single. CANASIA, they need runs quickly here. They still haven't picked up the pace as much as they would like. This time Linford shuffles and puts the ball in the gap, and there was a good shot by him. Definitely a confidence booster for him. It's a good shot. He shuffled and the ball was full. It was full toss, and he put that in the gap successfully for a boundary. A well-needed boundary for CANASIA. They definitely need more of these now. The required run rate is still above 7, and their current run rate is still below 6. So they definitely need to accelerate here. And both the batters are well set. They played a lot of balls, so they should be able to convert their innings into big ones now. Another shuffle down the ground, and with a good fielding by Raman in the short mid-on fielder. Another shuffle down the ground, but this time he tries to guide the ball in that gully region. There was a good fielding and quick reaction, but they needed a direct hit to get the wicket. Quick single by CANASIA once again. I can definitely see some frustration on Predators since they're not being able to pick up wickets. Another low full toss, but Sukhpreet was not able to dispatch it. So far, leg side has been favored by both the batters. They're not utilizing the offside as much. This ball was also in the offside region. He could have maybe dispatched it towards the offside, towards the cover area, but he has been favoring the leg side. This time, once again, it was a low full toss on the offside, but again he went for that kind of like a whack towards the long on region. And since it was far away from the batter, he could not middle it. But if they could play the ball on its merits, if they could play the ball in the offside region, maybe in the extra cover region over the fielders, since there's no protection, they can definitely get some more runs. And with that, 13 overs are done, and CANASIA are 73 for 1. They still need 52 runs in their last 7 overs. Still 7.5 runs needed. Now we have a change of bowling once again. I believe that's Fateh who's coming into bowl. It is Fateh. He's coming in. Right arm over the wicket. It's a good ball as well. Another tall bowler. And that's edged. straight to keeper, and finally they get a breakthrough. Finally the partnership is broken. It was wide, it was full, and as I was saying, they're not being able to score in that offside region. They're not being able to connect the balls in that area, and he just ended up nicking it straight to the keeper. And Fateh gets a wicket on his first ball. So it's good signs for Predators. Definitely bring a lot of confidence and some cheer for them. Supreet played a good hand, 37 innings, 30 balls with 1 4 and a 6. There's a lot of good running between the wicket by him. A lot of quick runs. So definitely kept the scoreboard clicking, but could not convert the innings into a big one. Now we can see Sarat Kumar, the captain, is walking in the middle. He'll have to play a captain's innings here. They still need 52 runs in the 7 overs, 6.5 overs. And now Linford will have to accelerate. He will have to play a risky game and try to make more runs. They still have a lot of wickets in hand. So he'll have to try to play a fast game here. Sarat will definitely take a few balls to settle down, as he should. So Linford will have to take charge here. But they're getting a breakthrough on his first ball. Let's see what he does now. Those inside edge on his pad. There's a quick single once again. He's bowling well, Fateh. Linford on strike. He has to take charge now. He has to accelerate. He has played a lot of balls. Shuffles again. And as I said, the batters keep favoring the leg side. They're not utilizing the offside at all. There's a big gap between the cover fielder and the long off fielder. And this ball was very ideal for a shot over the offside fielders. Again a shuffle. This time a big shout, and it's given. Umpire has given out, and that's going to be a second success for Fateh's over. So very successful over so far. A match-changing, game-changing over here. And there seems to be some sort of argument in the middle. A lot of emotions flowing. And batsman is on his way. Cricketers are often emotional breed. So there's always a lot of emotions flowing on the field. So when some things like this happen, we can see some emotions coming out. We definitely do not support this. But Linford playing a good hand, 30 innings, 48 balls with 2 fours. He definitely needed to convert those innings into a big one since he had played a lot of balls. And now we have 2 new batters on crease. We have Varun coming into the crease. He's also a good player off the bat. Bowled really well. Let's see what he does with the bat as well. Fateh with 2 successes, with 2 breakthroughs in the over. That's a really impressive over so far. The captain will be very happy with him. He's coming back. And another big appeal. Very eventful over so far. No reaction by umpire whatsoever. It has been very interesting over so far. This is exactly what CANASIA did not need at this stage. Both new batters coming into the crease. Another swing and a miss. Really good over. End of the 14th over. Just 1 run given and 2 wickets. Oh, I believe the bowler is still coming back for another ball here. Seems to be there was a error in scoring. And this time the ball was a full toss. We're yet to see if it's going to be a no ball or not. It looks like no decision by umpire, so it's just going to be another ball for a single. There's definitely an opportunity to be there, hit, but Varun is still new on crease, is still not settled yet, so it's understandably so that he was not able to dispatch it. But as I was saying, this is exactly what CANASIA did not need at this stage. Both new batters coming in the middle in this pressure situation. They need, now at the moment, they need more than 8 runs an over. They need 50 runs in the last 6 overs. They have a lot of wickets in hands, but they need score here. They need somebody to take charge and score those big runs. They need at least one boundary in every over with singles and doubles to match, to pair them, to get those 8 runs and over. Jagbir coming in for his 3rd over. I believe they've given, and there was a wide to start. I believe the scorer has put up the wrong bowler. Yep, I believe there's an error in scoring at the moment. The bowler is Jagbir, but they have put up Amrinder. I believe that's okay. Another good ball. It was back of length, and Varun was way too low to play that shot. CANASIA can still do this, can still make it from this situation. Shuffle down the ground, but it's just going to be a single. We've seen a lot of shuffling in this match since the first innings. It has been the favorite play for a lot of batters in this match today. It hasn't been a very successful one. Sarath Kumar on strike. That was a good ball once again. This is not a good sign for CANASIA. They're struggling to make runs. And Predators keep on adding into that pressure with their good bowling. This time it was down the ground. It's just going to be a single. I believe that's a leg by. Sarath will be definitely unhappy with that. There was a ball to hit. Could have flicked that. There was no fielder in the square leg region. Could have gotten a boundary. But he missed an opportunity there. Another full toss. But just gonna be single. They tried to go for a double, and that was a really quick run by Varun. Really good running by CANASIA. But I believe the throw was on the wrong end. Sarath was definitely way outside the crease, so would have been a better opportunity to get him out over on the bowler's end rather than throwing towards the keeper's end, because Varun was already reaching the crease. while the fielder was throwing the ball. Nonetheless, good running by CANASIA. They definitely need a boundary here. And he tries to go for a big shot, just a top edge, and gonna be another double. Again, a good running between the wickets, and with that they do get 7 runs in that over, but they still need a lot more. Now the required run has gone over 8.5. It's 8.60 now. Things are not looking good for CANASIA. Sarath Kumar, the captain, he needs to step up here. We have Fateh coming in for his second over. Very, very successful first over for him. 2 runs and 2 wickets. Very eventful. Let's see what he does now. This time it's just down the leg for a wide. Straight to the fielder, but there was a misfield. It's just going to be a single though. And that's in the air, going straight to the fielder, and Kamran takes a very safe catch. Kamran has very safe hands. That was a very easy catch. The ball was there to hit, and Varun tried to go for it. Could not connect it as well as he would like. And that's another wicket for Predators. And now CANASIA 4 down after 84. They still need 41 runs in 4.5 overs. Now we see Usman walking down in the middle. They need someone to take charge here. Somebody who can clear the boundaries. Somebody who can put the pressure back on Predators. Fateh playing a game-changing hand over here. 3 wickets so far. It's definitely a contender for a man of the match if they win this game. Another good ball, and it's going to just be a dot ball. Every dot ball over here is going to be very valuable for Predators, and it's going to be very hurtful for CANASIA. So they definitely need to keep the scoreboard running however they can. That was a short ball. It was not hit well. It's just going to be a single. It's going to be up to Sarath Kumar to take charge. He can't play good shots. He needs to have faith in himself to play those shots now. And he does go for a shot, but it's just going to be straight to the fielder and will be a single. That was a good shot, but just a single. Fateh is bowling a really good spell here. And that was really played well, flicked in the square leg region, and they will come back for, oh, they should have come back for a double, but it's just gonna be a single. And with that, end of the 16th over, 87 for 4 CANASIA. Now they need 38 in the last 4 overs, almost 10 runs and over, 9.5 runs and over. That's the difference, just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's now or never for Sarath Kumar and for Usman. They cannot let the required run rate to go even bigger here, because it's just gonna bring more and more pressure to them. The pressure is already pretty high for CANASIA. They would not like to have it even higher. Jagbir coming back for his 4th over. That was a full ball, but was not able to dispatch it, so just gonna be a single. This is actually Jagbir's 4th over, but his previous over was given to Amrinder by mistake. Sarath Kumar on strike, and another wide delivery. And not, we have been seeing in this whole match, even in the first innings, batters were not able to score in the offside region. Most of the runs, I would say 80% of the runs for both innings have come in the leg side region. So that is definitely something that they need to work on. And this time he tries to put, and that's a good shot by Sarath Kumar. Hits in that gap between the long on and mid wicket for a boundary. This was another wide delivery which was dragged onto the leg side by Sarath Kumar, which is honestly not a very good ploy, but this time it works for him and they get a much needed boundary here. They definitely need another one of this in this over. Another boundary will definitely make a lot of things better for them. Another full ball, this time it's a thick inside edge and just gonna be a single. Usman needs to either go for a big shot or change the strike and let Sarath play. He could not let balls go for a dot, not in this situation now. They need another boundary in this over for sure. And this time it's a thick edge. Oh, but that was a drop catch. It's definitely a very good opportunity. And I believe that was Fateh who was the fielder. Definitely an opportunity. It was a running catch. Definitely there to be holded. That was a dropped opportunity. Could that be costly for Predators? We'll find out as the game unfolds. Now we have Sarath Kumar on strike and last ball of this over. They definitely need a boundary here. And Sarath goes for it, but it's just chipped in the air and they will come back for 2 runs. And that was a big appeal. That was a very close run, very risky one. And the bowling team is definitely disappointed that the result was not on their side. This has been a very interesting game, a very close one. We often see when it's a low scoring game, it's never easy. It has never been an easy chase for the chasing team. This has been the fashion in Elite T20 so far this season. And with that, 17 overs are done and CANASIA 96 for 4. They need 29 in the last 3 overs. They need 10 runs and over here. They were able to get 9 runs in the last over, but they definitely need more than that. They need 2 boundaries, and Fateh has been bowling really well. He got 3 wickets in this 2 overs and just 7 runs given. So he is going to be very difficult to score against. Another full ball, and just guided towards the long off for a single. That's a good strategy by Usman, just rotating the strike, giving it to Sarat. He is hitting the ball better than him at the moment. He needs to hit the ball better than him at the moment. And that's a slower short delivery, and was not able to dispatch it. It was good change of pace by Fateh. He's bowling really smartly here. Another single. The singles are not going to hurt Predators at the moment. This was a full toss. It was a bad delivery in the context of the game at the moment. And it's going to be a boundary. It was a full toss on the body. All Usman had to do was just to guide the ball in that backward square leg region when there was no fielder whatsoever. That's going to be a boundary. Good news for CANASIA. Definitely need more of that. Another boundary in this over will definitely make things a lot better for them. Another short ball, and this time hit in the gap. They will try to come back for second, but it's just going to be a single. Good field work by Kamran. Seven runs so far. Still 2 balls to go in this over. This match is going down the wire. And this time it's a wide. A welcome extra delivery for CANASIA. Looks like Fateh is feeling a bit of a pressure as well. It's definitely a very close game. Another full toss, and again played in the gap. They might try to come for a second, and they will. And they will successfully get those 2 runs. Oh, the ball just flew off the pitch, of the edge of the pitch, but luckily there was a backup. So it's just going to be 2 runs. So they were successfully able to get 10 runs so far in this over. Let's see what he does in the last ball. And that's a good hit again, but there's a fielder over there, so it's just going to be 1 run. But that's good sign for CANASIA because Sarat Kumar is on strike. They were able to get 11 runs in that over. So now they need 18 runs in the last 2 overs. 107 for 4. What an interesting game so far. Coming down the wire. Now 18 runs needed in the last 2 overs. Sarat Kumar on strike. Paramdeep coming back. That's a good over, but this time it has missed everyone, but good field work by Basit, I believe. Definitely saved a couple. That's going to be a bye to start with. Paramdeep pulled a really good spell in the beginning, And this time it's hit in the air. Fielder coming underneath it, but it's just gonna fall in the no man's land. Just gonna be a single. As I was saying, Parandeep bowled a really impressive spell in the beginning, giving just 3 runs in his 3 overs. And that's a short ball again in the air, but again falling in no man's land. They're definitely trying to go for hits. It's not happening for them, but they have to keep trying, because as they try, they definitely will get one of them. Another big hit by Usman, and this time it's a long hit. It's a massive 6. It's a massive hit, and a big booster for confidence for CANASIA. This is exactly what they needed. It was a full delivery coming straight to him, and he did well to play almost like a helicopter shot for him and went long way in that cow corner region. What a shot that was, especially in the context of the game at the moment. Another single. This has been a very productive over for CANASIA so far. They already have 10 runs in their over. One more ball left. They need 8 runs in 7 balls. Such a close game. Could be anyone's game right now. And that's another hit, but that's straight in the air. Kamran coming underneath. And that's going to be a safe catch. What a twist once again. So many twists in this game. We just saw a game-changing over. We saw that big hit. But Sarath Kumar did well. Kept fighting. He definitely kept the hopes up for CANASIA. Now they need 8 runs in the last over. What a game this is. Coming right down to the wire. Now it will be interesting to see who will take the last over. I believe it will be Fateh, but I see that's Amrinder coming in. So that's interesting. He's changing ends, and we have Tehzeeb coming in the middle to play the last over. But Usman will have to play most of the deliveries. He will have to make those 8 runs for his team. Amrinder will have a very important role here. He did well in the first innings to get his team to this total. And now he is bowling the last over. A very important over. Only 8 runs to defend. Let's see what happens. And the first ball going just for a single. Tehzeeb is also a very good batsman. Definitely can go for good shots. But I believe Amrinder will try to just keep bowling Yorkers or wide deliveries to kind of stay away from his arc. So let's see what happens. 7 runs to go, 5 balls to go. That was a good ball and played in the gap. But they did try to come back for second, and they successfully did. Usman is not looking good. He's limping a little bit, but he still did it for his team. Great spirit shown by him. Really kudos to him. Now they need 5 runs in 4 balls. What an interesting game this is turning out to be. And that was a good shot again, but there's a fielder in the deep. It's just going to be a single. My goodness, what a game this is. 4 runs in 3 balls. Just 1 boundary away. But Amrinder is doing well. He's bowling good length. He's bowling that full to Yorker length. So it's not easy to dispatch that. Once again, it's thickish out inside edge, and they will come back for 2, and they successfully do so. And now it's 2 runs in 2 balls. Oh my God, what a game this is. Just 1 run here could and will be a tie. CANASIA looking very good. Raman changing the field, that's trying to bring in the fielders in the circle. What an exciting game this is. Going down to the wire. Usman playing an excellent innings here. Very important runs for his team. And he hits it over the fielder, and that's going to be end of this game. What a way to finish the finish the game. Excellent play by CANASIA. They kept fighting. It was not easy. Predators were doing a very phenomenal job in terms of bowling. But they kept fighting, they kept chipping away. And in the end, they prevailed. And what a game this was. Very all-round performance by CANASIA. Great bowling, good fielding, and good tenacity shown by them in terms of batting as well. It was a small total, but it was not easy. Predators were doing a very good job, and they kept doing it until the very end. But that was the end. That was the game. This is how cricket unfolds. It's a great leveler, and you never know how the things will change. You never know what moment will change the game. When Fateh came into bowl and he took those 2 wickets in the over, we thought that was the game over there. But then game changed again, and then game changed again. And there was such an interesting innings. And let's look at the scorecard here. Hussain Azhar went out for 0 in the first over itself, but after that Sukhpreet and Linford put out a good partnership between them. Sukhpreet played a very good hand, 37 and 30. Linford played a very stable innings for 30 and 48. Then Sarath Kumar played a very good hand again for 15 and 15. Varun gave a good support as well, but then Usman was the standout, I would say. He made those 25 runs in just 14 balls for the team. That's exactly what they needed. And Tehzeeb came in to the end and gave good support as well. And excellent game by CANASIA. There were 11 extras as well, so that helped them. Paramdeep bowled really well. 4 overs, just 13 runs, 1 maiden and 2 wickets. Raman Singh also bowled well. Then there was Fateh Sahani, who was the standout. He took 3 wickets, 3 overs for just 18 runs. But unfortunately, they could not convert this good performance into a win. There was a very disappointing result for Predators, but they need to keep the chin up because they did really well, especially for a low total like this. They bowled well, they fielded well. So they need to take good lessons from this match as well, and they need to keep the chin up. The season is still there. This is just their 3rd match. They still have a long way to go. This is the worm. As we can see, Predators started well, but then in the middle, it was a little bit down and then it went up again. But if you can see CANASIA, they have a steady raise in the worm. So they kept chipping away throughout the inning and they prevailed in the end. What a game this was. And this is always good to see when it's a low scoring game. It's always an interesting game because it's never easy. So kudos to CANASIA and kudos to Predators as well to put up such a good fight. And that's the end of the game for today. CANASIA and Predators. CANASIA win the game by 5 wickets. Such a good fight. And just want to say thank you again. Thanks to all our viewers and thanks to all our sponsors. Kinetic Sports, YYC Cricket, Source Sports and Auto Reboot. Thank you so much for your support. And if you guys like our content, if you guys are enjoying our cricket, please like and subscribe to our channel, 22 Yards Broadcast. And also hit that bell icon so you can get all the updates on the latest matches. So thank you again and have a good night. We'll see you again tomorrow.